Hello and welcome to you, Aries. Welcome back to your extended. Okay, so what I am getting for Aries is that it just has been an endless amount of distractions and interruptions of your peace, interruptions of your concentration, interruptions of your focus, interruptions in the romantic front, and circumstances are definitely inevitable. We can't force circumstances and how they play out, but we can control our belief systems accordingly. Your reactions are good, your responses are good. However, there's a bit of pessimism that has been ingrained with you. And the negative thoughts, the negative beliefs that you have become habitual. It's become a habit where it's a habit to think the worst. Well, you are one of the most powerful signs in the entire zodiac. So whatever your thoughts consist of will be a casting. There will be a casting for your thoughts. So this is the Thunder Beings card reminding you that every thought that you have is casted. Every thought is equivalent to a spell, really. You don't have to believe in spell casting to cast a spell. Everybody casts spells every single day, in every single way, without even realizing it, without even knowing it. And the Thunder Beings card is a reminder that the way that we do that is with what we are thinking. And there are a list of thoughts that won't go away, and you keep having a reoccurrence of them on loop. You have these negative belief systems on loop. And they're actually pushing away what you want to bring closer by doing that. So let's go ahead and continue. What else is going on for Aries during this time? We have anxiety. This all comes from fearing the worst. There's a lot of nervousness, you're nervous about going for what you want, whether that is a career change or a particular person. You're just so nervous about it. But the more nervous you are, the more you overthink, the more you have this anxiety here. The more you create obstacles for yourself. And it's interesting because it's not your usual characteristic. It's not your usual response when it comes to an opportunity or a desire that you have in a particular area in your life. Okay, so for the inner work, we have you not socializing, you not interacting with people in person, you not really communicating much with anybody, you not telling people what's going on. If you were to tell people what is going on, like 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, your 3 main stress factors, they would think that your response is very silly. They would think your response is very silly indeed. And they would tell you what they think that you should do. And it's going to be a very practical, a very logical answer. But for some reason, it's like there's a group that just isn't getting through to you or isn't making sense to you because there's something that you just want to avoid everybody's opinions altogether. But in doing so, you're only left with your perspective. And that's the problem. The problem is when you're only left with your perspective, it's important to see what the opinions of others are. It doesn't mean to follow the opinion, but simply avoiding drama. You're avoiding drama. You don't want no one's opinion. You are avoiding drama. And it just seems like there's nobody positive, like there is no positive groups to run to. You know that you need to socialize. You know that you need to be interacting and talking back and forth with someone for mental health reasons. But you just can't find a positive group. And for those of you that have been with the group, maybe found something out about somebody in particular that perhaps is not a friend as you thought that they were. So your intuition right now is telling you all of the correct answers, but your mind takes over. Your pessimism takes over, and then you go back on this negative loop that takes you back to anxiety. Okay, that's a lot of cards. You feel like there is no positive guidance for you. You want to reconnect with your innocence. You want to reconnect with your inner child and explore living in a more authentic manner. Family might be the stress factor of just wanting to stay away from family and leaving you in isolation. There is a particular message that I wanted to share with a small group of you. These are just general readings. If it's not your story, it's not your story. Don't try to make it fit. It might be your story next time. There's a small group of you who are in a relationship or a situationship with someone that is heavily envied. It may not even be in a physical way. It might be this energetic negative wishes. Let's just say negative wishes. There's this energy of negative wishes against a certain union or relationship that a small group of Aries are in. They're in this situation, this romantic situation that is thrown negative wishes. And the way to break certain spells, certain negative wishes, is by simply having physical relation with that person. That's the message that I get. Pretty much physical, sexual relationships. A physical sexual relationship with your person that you have a commitment with, that you may have been in separation from this person, because most of these readings are for people who are in separation for the most part. There's people who don't want you to be together because they know that if you get together, you will become a power couple. And both of you together are very ardent, I think is the word that you say. It's an unstoppable fire. It's an unstoppable flame. It's a very passionate union that Aries is in at this time. And if there is any separation, physical connection, physical sexual connection with your person will break any spell against you. Because any spell that someone has tried to put on you and your union and your person and your interaction that you have with each other, their craft, their spells, their hate, their evil eye is weaker than your power. It's weaker than you. The only reason why it's causing any interference or any damage, if you've had any at all, is because there's separation with your person. Do you understand? So you're powerful energy. Your person is a powerful energy. Of course, there's going to be interference, not wanting two powerful energies to unite. So that's the only reason why you might feel any residue of any kind of witchcraft against you, both on an individual and unified form. I hope that makes sense. So if you're worried about people putting any kinds of hexes on your union, all you have to do is be with your person. Be with them sexually, and that will break any spell almost immediately. Almost immediately. For whoever that is meant for. Okay. Aries, you are usually so aggressive and so assertive, and if you are dealing with somebody, they doubt your interest in them because you're not being aggressive enough. We have moving on. Strive for a bigger purpose. Do not see the lotus bud. See instead the lotus blossom. Don't focus on the moment, for it is temporary. The future is better than today, even if it's not in view. So right now you're just unhappy. You're unhappy because you don't believe, once again, just like we were talking about in the beginning, your pessimism, you don't believe that there's a happy ending. There's a happy ending on its way. It just doesn't look like that right now because it's at a distance. And you might not even see the results until next year. And then we have something difficult, perhaps even perilous, is ahead of you. Circumvent this obstacle if possible not. Confront it with confidence and determination. Regardless of the outcome, you will grow from the experience. Be cautious of the energy from the north and keep a low profile during the coming winter. For those of you who are in the healing arts, I get this message of staying underground, of trying to stay underground as much as possible because you don't want really good content to be removed. So keeping a low profile is the best advice for anybody who is in the healing arts, anybody who is in the holistic arts. It's really important to keep it underground because you know why. Messages. You're a person, you're interested in somebody. Sometimes messages from people who want to be with you might come forward. It doesn't necessarily have to be the person that you want to be with. Sometimes energy vampires will try to express themselves during these kinds of readings. Okay, we have 3 that just flew up. Should we take them? I want to be more than friends. I know I messed up everything. These messages may or may not be from the same person. I'm starting to understand our connection. Okay, so what colors do Aries need to incorporate more in their life during this time? Okay, that one flew for you. And we have Scarlet, attracting success. Don't limit yourself to just one source of income. You are fully capable of being a successful entrepreneur. Using the color Scarlet, connecting with whatever emotions Scarlet inspires you to work on, attracting success. And this is also the number 7. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time.